because obviously we've got to do a bit of relegation chat. Like we've discussed all the games from the weekend, but I just want to just talk a bit about and just kind of like dissect what everyone thinks, who's getting relegated and stuff like that. Because every week it's changing. We could do an episode every week just on the relegation zone.
Yeah,
like, it is ridiculous. We spoke about it earlier with Southampton for starters. Could they actually stay up? They could, couldn't they?
oh,
They
absolutely.
really could. But then I feel like we could say every team could stay up and every team. But right now, I think the only one that I feel like looks like they could realistically, solidly go down, I think is Bournemouth for me. I'm just a bit.
Bournemouth are gone.
Bournemouth remind me of when we went down, when we had some massive results against some massive teams. Like, it's no good beating Liverpool the way they did the other week. They deserved it as well.
Some we drew with Liverpool.
And then not going and beating the teams around you.
Yeah.
Going to Villa Park. They're technically around them. They're in the bottom half still. And not even putting up a fight, seemingly.
Yeah, 100%.
The game was pretty much over in the first half.
I think you look at the other
And
teams,
I think that screams relegation for me.
Yeah, I think you look at the other thing that screams it for me is that O'Neill, when he's after games when they're losing, it seems like he's a player. He's not coming out saying, "Look, we need to find some characters here. I saw enough in us to go and get a result next week." And he's so down, and it seems like every time they lose, it really affects him.
He looks miserable, doesn't he? And he looks like he'd be sat in the corner of the dressing room with nothing to say.
Yeah, you look at Dyche and Rodgers.
I think he's unexperienced. Well, he is unexperienced.
Yeah, he is.
And I think he was a wrong appointment. Never appoint an interim coach.
No matter how well he's doing.
No, it doesn't matter. But if you look at you look at Dyche around him and all these people, like they've been down there. They know what it's about. He's completely new to it.
Yeah,
it's probably his
Dyche
first
is
time.
laughing and joking, isn't he? They lose and he's like joking about, isn't he? In interviews
Go
after.
again next week.
You got Hodgson coming back in. It's just going to be.
It is crazy, and it's like with Gary O'Neill. I think it was 2 seasons ago. He was the Liverpool under 18s coach.
Really.
Which like just sums up the kind of
Suddenly
situation,
a
and then just a bit bizarre, isn't it? And like how he got the job. They quite clearly didn't want to give him the job, because he would have got it instantly.
Well, exactly. They were waiting for him, anyone, wouldn't they, really, to take it rather than him.
I heard he covered a few PE lessons at his local school.
West Ham as well. They're in the relegation zone now, and I know they've got their games in hand FC.
You don't want that down there, do you?
You don't want games in hand. It means absolutely nothing in that situation. And
I quite fancy West Ham to go down.
I've said it. I just think because the thing is they're playing on a Thursday.
It's going to be tough, isn't it?
Which is tough, and I know they're performing a 100% win record in the Europa Conference League. The teams they're playing, I get that, but
they could be a stat forever, couldn't they? Obviously, they'll be the first. They might be the first team to do it in terms of win the Conference League,
win it,
and get relegated in the same season. That could be a stat for hundreds of years to come.
They'd go into the Europa League in the Championship.
Yeah. Well, like Wigan and
they'd be playing Tuesday, Friday, Sunday every week.
It's just that there for me. That's the one, because they're just not scoring. Like I was looking at the amount of goals they've scored this season. It's absolute. So that they've scored 24 goals. Bournemouth have outscored West Ham this season.
Wow. Dominic Solanke up top.
Yeah.
That was another thing I noticed when I was watching Match of the Day. Solanke hasn't scored in 9. I feel like I hear that every few weeks. He'll score 1 and then he doesn't score for 9. Then he scores 1. He doesn't score for. He is a relegated striker, isn't he?
Yeah.
If ever you've seen one.
His pants.
I don't get why.
Useless.
Why they discuss it. They're like, what do they expect? Like,
Well,
he's never shown anything to.
Other than when he was like 17.
Yeah.
And he had one good year when they came up last year. He had a good season, didn't he? I think that's the only probably good goal scoring season he's ever had.
Well, he was like the best under 21 player, wasn't he? And everyone's the best under 21 player. Yeah. What under 21 players make it? You know, you look at under 21 Euro squads or World Cup squads 10 years time, and they're nowhere. It's
probably only Foden.
Who's
gone and done something.
I tell you now, that's something we need to do in the summer. We need to do what
Where are they now?
No, not that. We should predict our 2028 England side, and we all take it in turn, just because then we can come back.
Like the one where Michael Johnson was centre midfield,
and then we can get all the ones that don't make it on the panel. Because we'll have that pulled by then.
Oh yeah, that'll be a big gig for them as well. By that time,
yeah.
we're going to be massive.
Oh,
Yeah, we might even be able to pay them.
Yeah.
In a
Let's not go too far. Yeah, I was going to say, let's not go too far. We'll give them a surprise shirt maybe or something.
Dream big.
Forest. I don't know what it is about them that I feel like they were. I don't know why. Before looking at the table, I thought they were so much higher. Like
Where are they now?
They're now 16th.
Well, that's probably about where they probably should be.
But their form was great at one point, wasn't it? They were getting results. And it just,
But everyone keeps picking up results.
Yeah,
Each
it's
week,
like
don't they?
everyone's in sort of false positions.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that there's 4 points separating the top at the bottom 8.
Yeah, it's like the Wolves just keep not winning, and they're still 13th or wherever they are.
I think they could be in trouble as well. They keep feeling sorry for themselves.
I think that's. I genuinely think you're right.
Under the most overrated gaffer in the league, who draws little VAR signs with his hands when things go against them. He is a big baby.
he might be underhated and overrated.
Yes.
Well
done
on
on
30 seconds then. I was thinking,
Have I said that right?
just literally wasn't listening to whatever just went on then. I was thinking, how can I say this?
Gotta get it right.
But
No,
there's time as well.
They could definitely go down.
Mm-hmm.
They really could. Leicester as well.
Yeah,
Are we just going to go through every team and go, they could
They
go
could
down.
go.
They could go.
We've just said
Top tier
about,
content.
no, but we've just said though.
8 teams, well,
They
they
could all
could
go
go
down.
down.
No, but we've just.
I reckon the 8 teams that there's 4 points separating could all go down.
No, but we were saying. We spoke about Leeds and we spoke about Everton kind of pulling away from this kind of
Yeah.
situation. And
Yeah, I
Southampton-
think they won't go down.
Yeah, there we go. At least it makes it slightly interesting now.
We also mentioned Forest, and I think
they won't go down.
I think they won't go down. Are we playing will they or won't they now? They won't go down.
Oh, we could do that. Okay,
quick
Palace.
fire
Won't go
won't go down.
might for me.
down. Sorry, Anton Dick. Might be you.
Might be, yeah.
Wolves.
Might.
Will.
Could.
Oh.
We can't do might.
Sorry,
could.
yeah, could.
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 Leeds.
Won't.
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 Everton.
Won't.
Won't. Forest.
Won't.
Won't. I think that's
Their home results and atmosphere will keep them up.
Also,
Leicester. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a side. It is just.
that's
Yeah.
that's going to come back and haunt them again, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that really will do. Do you know what? Let's just leave the relegation chat, shall we?
why?
Let's just move on because this is.
You were about to say Leicester and
Yeah, I know, because I know you wanted. I was
Oh,
trying to wind you up.
Yeah.
Leicester.
will go down.
I know, literally, he was looking at ready. I could see him already getting ready to look into the camera and do the point that he does.
I don't know, man. Leicester.
not for me.
I think they could.
I don't know. Rodgers has just turned into such an uninspiring, monotonous sort of drivel spouting bloke who seems like he's given up. But they can't go down with Maddison and Barnes. Can
Last
they?
5 games, 4
They just
losses, 1
can't.
draw. It's just.
Well, wait, look. What? Nothing good is happening at Leicester at
No.
all. Like,
I mean, great goal against Brentford the weekend with Maddison feeding Barnes, but that doesn't happen often enough, does it?
And then he goes off injured.
That
at the
could
end.
be the goal that
Did
keeps
he?
them up.
Yeah, Madison went off injured, didn't he?
yeah,
God, of course, they're
they've
losing.
got the worst goalkeeper in the league. They've
Yes.
They've got the David Button of the Premier League.
got Wout Fez. Oh.
I think he's all right.
Ugh.
Okay,
Such a bob.
He's not very good.
he's okay.
I think.
I remember that game against Liverpool where he scored
2
like
own
hat-trick
goals.
of own goals and
was brilliant
hit the
to
bar
watch.
and the post
Yeah.
of his own goal.
That's corruption, not.
Yeah, yeah.
I think as far as Leicester
I think
concerned-
that Wolves journalist did actually write a piece about Faz as well.
Did he?
Yeah, being corrupt.
And we just thought, just top it off at the end, just to give a little relegation predictions. I'm going in order as well, and not in no particular order. In order, I'm going Bournemouth, rock bottom, Southampton, West Ham as my relegation 3.
Oh, so the current bottom 3.
Yes, is it in the right order as well? Yeah, in that
Yeah.
order. Yeah,
Okay.
I think West Ham are gone. If Mikel Antonio is your saviour, Jared Bowen, who
Or not so much.
yeah, and Jared Bowen, by the way, I thought he was better than Saka. Where's that gone? Do you remember that last
Did
season?
you actually say that?
No, I'm saying all the West Ham fans that were comparing the goals. Do you remember last season when
Yeah.
Jared Bowen had scored more goals in the same amount of games in the Premier League, and everyone was saying that means he's better? I'm glad he's nowhere near the England squad ever
Stats
again.
are everything.
Yeah, because stats are everything. Shout out to you, site. Yeah, I really want to wind him up. I can't wait for the bite in the group chat tomorrow.
Wow.
I'm going to have fun editing this tonight. If anyone else wants to, you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you
Go on,
go on.
Oh, I'm going to do it again. So,
We
bottom.
weren't recording.
He hadn't done the clap.
We weren't recording.
I thought that was live. Bottom, Bournemouth, then Southampton, then Leicester.
He finally gets rid of them.
Do you
You've
think
got to speak it into existence, haven't you? We've got to manifest it.
they'd be like
Why don't you speak Arsenal winning the league into existence
Because
then?
that jinx it.
each game as it comes?
Each
Okay.
game as it comes.
Would they'd be surely one of the biggest sides to go down in recent years.
Who, Leicester?
Yeah,
Yeah, with the issue they got all
with
recently.
recent
yeah.
history,
Yeah.
like Champions League a few years back, Europa League,
Yeah.
Europa Conference League last year.
Mm.
Oh, embarrassing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to stop saying that word. Joe,
Bournemouth bottom. Southampton second bottom. Palace third.
Wow.
I think Roy takes them down.
just purely because it's uninspiring, or
Yeah, I think so. And there are massive games coming up, and I can't see them getting them up for it.
they don't look like they're going to get up for it, do they? 'Cause just on recent results and recent.
No, I think if your teams around them thinking we've got these to play, I think we'll be up for that.
Because I think Vieira gave up as well towards the end. He wasn't like he just
Yeah.
looked fuming.
Dunno,
Didn't
Palace will be a tough place to go when they've got Roy back
Mm.
and the home crowds behind them in the big relegation games.
They stay up or they go down in those next 4 or 5 games. That's it. Simple as.
I was waiting for
all the cliches.
this has been a if it was a bingo of cliches, we've got so many in this episode. Jake,
It's got to be Bournemouth bottom, then West Ham, and then to be relegated on the final day on goal difference, Wolverhampton Globetrotters.
Leicester 19th as well. Did you just say
West Ham.
West Ham? Sorry, West Ham 19th. Sorry,
Appreciate you listening.
sorry. I knew
Our
as I
opinions.
said it. As I said it. West Ham 19th. That'd be huge. And
West
again,
Ham with a champ.
and
Gutty
the
predicts.
Wolves, yeah,
Whoa.
speak it into existence.